How you doing? And welcome back to Taekwondo Bro. Today we're doing some Taekwondo outdoor warm-ups. So this is how you'd start off a Taekwondo class, or you can just do it for a normal warm-up. So we're starting off with jumping jacks, and we're doing 50. So jumping jacks are a really cool way to get cardio done without moving. And also, it's good for your calves too, because you're hopping up and down. I've heard online that each jumping jack is 1 calorie. Now I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. It feels a little bit too high for me, but we'll just operate off that for right now. So 50 calories down the drain, and we're working hard. So if you're following along right now, make sure that your hands are going all the way up. I see all the time people get a little sloppy with their hands, not raising them as high. And try to keep your hands and your feet in sync, just to move as quick as you can. So one thing with this video you're going to notice is if the waiting in between the exercises is too long because we're thinking, I'm going to cut it out. But if it's only a couple seconds, I'll leave it in. So alternating lunges, get started. So step forward with one foot, the back knee almost touches the floor, and then you raise back up and you do it with the other foot. So the thing here is you don't want your knee to actually touch the floor. You want it to get really close, and then you push back up. And this is for 2 reasons. One, you don't want to be banging your knee on the floor. It's kind of going to hurt. But also, you want the full range of motion. It's going to be powered by the muscle. You don't want all that momentum to be absorbed by the floor, then you push up, because it's harder to stop. You got to put the stopping power, bring yourself back to the stance. So take a break for a quick second. The next thing we're going to do is called a cross squat or a cross lunge. So how you do it is you step with the foot that's going to move. Pick a foot that's going to move, you step behind the other foot, and then you're doing the same thing you were doing the last exercise, except kind of more sideways. So look at me right there, and do it again. So cross, knee down, and then do the other side like that. So this is really good for martial arts, because especially for techniques where you might be stepping behind or turning around, like a turnaround side kick for example, or a cross behind side kick. Anytime you're kind of going into an X, moving around, you're going to need to have good muscle development there. There are people who are super strong, but they just don't practice this type of exercise. So you'll see them, they start stepping and they're just off balance. And a lot of times if your technique is off, it may be for a couple of reasons. You don't know like the exact motion you're going to be doing, which is okay. Your muscle strength is not strong enough in that one area, because a lot of small muscles are key when throwing these techniques. That's why it's important to do this. Take a short break real quick. Just going to get on to the next exercise. So you can either do this one with a pole or a partner. So it's called Forearm Conditioning, or anything you can bang your arm on. If you don't have a partner or anything to hit, just do it in the air. Just practice the motion of these blocks. Or you can try to hit your own arm. So just go X, X. So what you'd be doing is hitting your forearms together. It doesn't need to be as nice as this. It's important to do because if you have strong blocks, so there's a couple ways to block in martial arts. One of them is to block so hard that it deters attack. So if someone's kicking you or punching you, you want to slam that out of the way if you can. If someone's throwing a round kick at me, I might just slam them really hard in the shin, and if I have strong enough conditioning, it's going to work. Okay, so this is a cool one. Alternating straight leg stretch. So this is a time to regain your cardio a little bit and also stretch out. Here's a tip. Look at the foot that stays planted on the floor. You don't want it to move around too much. So if you have a lack of flexibility in your hamstrings, your foot on the floor might turn sideways when the other foot goes up. So what you want to do is keep those toes facing forward and put all of the stretch in there. You don't want to be twisting it, because twisting it is for side kicks. But when you're throwing front kicks, you want your stance forward. So that's why we're doing it this way. And keep it up. So another thing is also keep your hands up. It's not crucial because we're not really doing any techniques right now. This is a good habit to have. So take a short break. We're going to get on to the next exercise. So we're going to do a split stretch now. So you can do this one anywhere. You can do it outdoors, indoors. It's really nice to have a full split in martial arts. It lets you get your kicks a lot higher, but it also makes your kicks faster. But if you have to fight all the way up and you can barely get to head height, your kick's going to be slow and you might pull a muscle. You don't want that. So if you stretch out and then kicking head height is not your limit, that means you can do it way easier and way quicker because you're not fighting all this stiff muscle. You just shoot your leg up there and then hit the target. So just hold the stretch. You can put your hands on the ground if you like, Now if you look over here, you can see our feet are on the ground. You can also do the one where your toes are up but your heels are on the floor. Whichever stretch you want. We're just focusing on keeping our feet sideways. And we're just going to come up. So we're not going for too long. And it's okay if you can't get that low. It takes some time. If you want to get lower, just stretch, I would say, a little bit each day, before your workouts, after your workouts, to make sure you're improving. So core conditioning here. We're not working on our punches, we're working on our abs. So if you don't have someone to do this with, I want you to get into a plank. So a plank position, just hold it there for like 30 seconds, work on those abs. While we're doing the punching, if you have a tight core, it reduces the impact. So if you're tightening up, it's a good habit to have when you're sparring too. Keep your core tight.
Okay.
So when you get hit, you're not all flabby, you're holding it tight, your muscles are kind of absorbing some of the impact. And also, one tip I got was keep your abs at like 10% tight, because it's quicker to go from 10% flex to 100% flex than it is to go from 0 to 100. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay trained. I'll see you next time.